Good morning. Happy Saturday, Tea's Crafty Ranch friends. Welcome in to Falling for You craft event. I am here 2 minutes early, which I'm supposed to be. And so we will just kind of chat here for a minute and wait for Jen to welcome us in. I hope you're having a great day. It is Saturday, and I am so thankful for the weekend, y'all. It has been a long week, but that's okay because we're here to do some crafting. So welcome in again to Tea's Crafty Ranch. I'm trying to get all this set up. I don't have my mouse over here, and we have about 1 minute before the person before me is supposed to be finished, and then we will just start crafting along. Before I do that, I have some things I need to put here in the chat. And I cannot type and talk at the same time. All right, so Jen said that she has me shared in. So let's go ahead and get busy. We have an hour this morning, or I have an hour this morning to spend with you, and I'm so excited to be able to do that. I am Terry. I am the T of Tea's Crafty Ranch. So welcome to the ranch. I live in Central Texas and have lived here for over 30 years. I don't even know how long now. Good morning, Miss Simply Monarch. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Jen, for sharing me out. We are being streamed today for this it's actually a 2-day event. Falling for You. It's today and tomorrow, so there are crafters all day long. I don't remember how many, but a lot. Good morning, Miss Brenda. Good morning, Mom. We're being streamed into the Crafting Network, the Crafters Hive, and the CCC. Good morning, Tish, which is the creators. I forget the CCC, Crafty Creators Community. I think I got that right. Crafty Creators Community. So thanks, Jen, for having us today and for putting this all together. I know it's a lot of work. I've done one and that's it. I will do another one sometime, but it is a lot of work. So good morning to my silent watchers. Good morning, Elizabeth. Welcome in. Your name looks new to me, Elizabeth, and I apologize if it is not. But if you are new to Tea's Crafty Ranch, I would appreciate you letting me know that you are new. And here at the ranch, we lasso our friends. So don't forget, or if you don't mind, lassoing me out into onto your page and let your friends know about Tea's Crafty Ranch. Something I have going on at Tea's Crafty Ranch for the month of August is I am taking everybody's names who comment, who lasso, those kinds of things throughout my live today. I put them into what's called the Wheel of Names. Thanks, Elizabeth. I appreciate that. And what the Wheels of Names is kind of like that on Wheel of Fortune. So your names will all be on there and I'll spin it and I will pick somebody. And so at the end of the month, I know I'm going to have a lot of names. So I'm just debating on whether to maybe try cutting it off at the 15th. I'm not sure. But anyway, at some point during this month, I'm going to put everybody's names into the Wheel of names. and spin your name or spin. And if your name is pulled out, you are going to get maybe not this exact one, but a little desk vacuum. I love this little thing. Good morning, everyone. Anita, I missed somebody's name, or Angie. Sorry, that my screen, it looked like Angie. Anita, but Angie, welcome in, everyone. So commenting and sharing, being engaged in my live today, and anytime that I'm live will get your name in the wheel of names for this little desk vacuum. I love it. It's so much fun. It just helps clean up little things. The other thing that I'm doing today is I will take everybody's names who tell me that you've lassoed, because I can see that people have lassoed, but I can't see who. So if you tell me that you've lassoed, we're doing the honor system on that. And commenting, I will put your names into the wheel of names and draw out for you to get one of these. It will be a kit. So for you to craft and do yourself, and it will be just the wood pieces, no glue, no paint. So anyway, I did that last Tuesday, every Tuesday, no, not last Tuesday, last Saturday I was on an event, and I drew, I did the names, and Jeanette's Twin Creek Creations. So I have messaged her. She has not messaged me back to, I don't know where my boo thing went. I took it into the kitchen. Anyway, for my boo thing that I did last Saturday. So if I don't hear back from Jeanette's Twin Creeks Creations by the time I spin for this one, I will do a spin for that and a spin for this. So that's, I think, all I have for that. Let's get busy crafting. So what I have for you is a pumpkin. Let me pull that off. So this pumpkin is about 8 by 8. It does not look square, but it is pretty much square, 8 by 8. And thanks, Sarah. Thank you, Connie. I appreciate it. And it does have some little lines. What am I? Brain dead. Anyway, etching lines to show kind of shiplap. And then I have 4 leaves that look like this. They are about 1.5 by 2, and then I have the words, fall. Oh, I'm sorry, Elizabeth. What a bummer. It has the words fall. So this really is not a very big sign. It's pretty small. And then we're going to put a little kickstand. I call it a picture stand on the back. The other option is, or not the other option, but an option would be, I have the words welcome, and I have the words y'all. So what that will be is you can put the word welcome up here. So it would say welcome fall, or it will say it's fall y'all. Now, I live in Texas, so y'all is one of those big words that we say. It's very educationally appropriate in Texas if you say y'all. So that will be an option. You don't have to live in Texas to say y'all, because I think it happens other places too. But that'll be the option to have welcome, fall, or just y'all. So there we go. I have talked so much. Good morning, everyone, again. So while I'm crafting, I am going to talk. Ask me questions. I will answer them as much as I can. getting my first sip of coffee. So the first thing we're going to use today, the first color that I'm going to use today on the pumpkins is spiced pumpkin. So we're going to use spiced pumpkin, and actually on this, I think, whoa, I got absolute, well, I think I poured too much on there. I'm not sure. But let's grab a brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and brush this on. I am so sorry. Brenda, I'm glad y'all say y'all. I'm so sorry, but you can probably hear the weed eater outside. So Alan is out weeding the yard. We've had a very busy week. Last weekend was very busy, and he did not get any yard work done. So the yard is a mess, and so he's out there doing that. So I apologize for that, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do. So I'm just going to paint over this. We'll have to do a couple different coats. And today really is just more, I'm not going to show you any new techniques or anything. It's just going to be about painting and chatting. I thought about doing something on here, but I changed my mind because I did the shiplap. Now, yes, me too. I'm glad he's able to get out there and do that. No working today. We've had a really rough week in our work week. So we got home yesterday, I don't know, maybe it was 3 o'clock, and he laid down and he said, I'm just going to take a nap. And I went in at 5:30 and asked him if he was getting up, and he got up and we ate dinner. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little Dollar Tree tool, and I'm just going to go through these lines where the shiplap is, because I want those to definitely stand out. Anyway, he got up, ate dinner, and there wasn't really anything on TV, so I said, well, let's watch a movie. So he turned a movie on. I watched the movie, and he watched it through the back of his eyelids. He was so tired. Good morning, Becky's Whimsy. Becky's Whimsy. Good morning. So anyway, he went to bed. And he said this morning when he got up, he said, I feel like I've slept for a day. And I said, well, you've slept for half a day, because he slept for more than half a day. But it was a rough week. So anyway, okay. I will have to put another, let me turn my ring light on. Let me see. There we go. You can kind of see, there we go. You can see the little shiplap lines on that. So I'm going to let that dry. And the next thing we're going to do is paint our leaves. Anyway, so we are praying today for no call outs for this weekend. Well, Mom, Alan does not like yard work, so it is definitely not therapy for him. Okay, so let's see what we want to do. I have this new yellow I found. It's antique gold. It's not new. It's new to me. Antique gold for the leaves, or green. What do you think? Green or antique gold? Tell me what you think. green or antique gold. I kind of know what I want, but I want to know what you would like. The other option might be a red, but or we could do brown, but brown seems boring. Gold or green? Gold or green? Gold or green? Somebody tell me what you think. I know comments are always delayed. Good morning, Connie. All right, green's the first one I see, so that's what we're gonna do. I like this green, and we are gonna age the green a little bit. Okay, so this is a Crafter's Collection foliage color. I am not a huge fan of Crafter's Collection, but I like this green. So we are gonna go ahead and do that. So all I did here was just put some painter's tape down because it just kind of helps with painting that. I did forget to say that I do have for those of you that are new, I do have a website, and it is www.teascraftyranch.com, and this kit is available on my website, and this weekend through 11:59 p.m. tomorrow night, it is 20% off. Oh, that's a good idea, Tish. Do some highlighting with the yellow. I like that. So again, this kit will be 20% off. And I just put that on there. And there's a code word, and it is fall for me, right? Fall for something. Oh, fall for you. Sorry. Fall for you. Okay. So let's dry this real quick, and we'll do another coat. I'm sorry, Tammy. I get you and Tish mixed up. What is Tish's web page? I need to put a note right here so I remember. I'm horrible with names, Tammy. And then you and Tish both start with T. I met you at the same time. So that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. That's one of my goals, is to really work hard on names. But I'm horrible. I talked to so many people yesterday. I'm really good with faces, and I was like, I know your face and I know where I know you from, but what? I don't remember your name. Okay, so we have these. We're going to let these dry. I forgot to punch out. So on here, I did etch for the letter. Can you see that it's etched a little bit? And I forgot to poke out the... So these are going to be... we're going to string them. So it's going to be a banner across the pumpkin. Have you all started decorating for fall yet? Honestly, I still have Patriotic up. I have not gotten it down yet. Okay, so we have that. Now I'm going to do the fall here. F-A-L-L. Just gonna stick this on here, and I'm gonna do y'all. Just a few things about, let's see, Tea's Crafty Ranch. I go live generally 2 to 3 times a week. I almost always, I'm not going to say always, but almost always go live on Tuesdays at 3:30 Central Time. And I do that with a thing called Craft Fusion. So it's 30 minutes of crafting. Hi, Marcella. Welcome. Welcome. Crafting with the Barn Star, Marcella. Thank you. And thank you for following, Marcella. Again, if you are new to me, thanks for letting me know. And then I give you another name in the wheel of names if you're new and you're following. So thank you so much. So on Tuesdays is Craft Fusion, and it is in the Crafters Hive. If you are not part of the Crafters Hive, the Crafting Network, and the CCC Crafters Creative Crafters Community, something like that, make sure you go over and join those groups. It's free to join, and in those groups you can see crafters, not 24/7, but you can always either catch replays, catch crafters, catch their crafts that they've done. So there's always something new posted on those pages. Again, it's free to join, so go over and join those groups. Thank you, Michelle, for following. I appreciate it. Thank you, Connie. You guys are so great. So on Tuesdays, I do 30-minute Craft Fusion. So I just thought about something. On Tuesday, so I was going to put a kickstand on the back of this. My mind's going several different directions, but I'm not, because on Tuesday, I'm going to do a craft on the back. So this could be reversible. It can be reversible. So I will, it's not really close to Thanksgiving, but I will do something more, maybe Thanksgiving-ish, or just maybe even another fall. I don't really do Halloween, so it won't be Halloween, but I don't know. I'm going to figure out something. I may change my mind again because that's what I do. But, but please go over and follow, not follow, but look, if you're following me, or you can go check my page and I can tell you about Craft Fusion. Okay. So let's, I want to do these in black, and I think I'm going to do these in this burlap color. So I'm going to do the, thank you, Tanya, for lassoing. I'm going to do the letters fall in the burlap. And I'm going to do these in black. The burlap it's hard to kind of tell the difference between the burlap and just the color of the cutout, but I don't want, I want it to show. So I want to do just something that's very contrasting. Sometimes I tend to put a color on a color and it doesn't look right. So that was burlap and black. I usually get all my colors out, and I have an event on Monday. So I've been working to get things done for this event, and I have paint colors in the living room. I have paint colors out in the garage because I'm painting everywhere. I need a big space. So if y'all want to come visit me, that's great. I would love for you to come visit, but don't come this weekend. Plus, with everything that we've had, a lot of craziness, like I said earlier, this weekend, this last weekend and this week, and things just have not gotten done. But, you know, life happens, right? Good morning, Liz. Welcome into Fall for You craft event. If you are just hopping on, a few different things. I'm Terry, the T and T's Crafty Ranch. Actually, my last name is Teston, so you can do the first name or the last name. It doesn't matter. But I live in Central Texas, so we have that done. I'm going to do one more coat of this orange. I live in Central Texas, Belton, Temple, Killeen area, and I retired. I taught for 34 years and retired 3 years ago. And so it was just before I retired that I started T's Crafty Ranch. I've pretty much crafted of some type of crafting. It seems like my whole life, just something. And I did some crafting before I had kids, but it's a lot easier to craft BC than it is AC after kids. So my husband and I, we are now empty nesters, and I'm retired. He is not. He says he has to keep working to support my habits, which is not true. But we do like to travel. So traveling isn't free, unfortunately. But we do like to travel, so. But he's working more to support his traveling dive things. We both scuba dive and really do like scuba diving. I need a little bit of a paper towel. Anyway, so that is a little bit about us, or about me. But he scuba dives. Well, like I said, we both scuba dive, but some people that we know from the scuba shop, one of our local communities has it's called dive recovery team. So we live, good morning, Janet. We live near, we have 2 lakes in our area. And so, you know what happens on lakes in the summer, and not just in the summer, but in the winter. So he, a week ago yesterday, the dive team got called out, and they dove Friday and into Friday night and then Saturday, and recovered the body on Saturday. And then, so I got all the little grooves out. And then, I don't know if it was Tuesday or Wednesday, they got called out again for another one. So they've been out diving twice this week. Connie asked, what's the most beautiful thing you've seen when diving? Connie, I can't pick just one. Oh my gosh, it's so hard. We've done night dives, and night diving is pretty fun. But I think the coral is beautiful, and just the fish are beautiful. But one of my favorites that I've seen is, I can't remember the name of it, but it's a stingray. And I've seen a lot of stingrays, and most of them are just kind of like a gray, just kind of a bland, neutral color. but I saw this one stingray, and of course he was swimming. You know, it looks like they're flying, but the top of him was like leopard-ish, so black and like spots. It was beautiful. And then on the underneath side, there were two baby sharks swimming right beside him. That is probably my most memorable beautiful thing that I've seen. But if I had to pick one, but just the colors, the coral, the fish, it's just beautiful. All right, so I think Tammy suggested we do some gold, add some gold with these leaves. So I think that's what we'll try. Let me, I also have brushes everywhere. So I'm going to use, this is just kind of a chippy brush that I use. So we'll do, I'm going to get some gold here on my brush, and then I'm just going to offload it. Can you see this here? I'm just going to offload it and get most of it off, and then just lightly brush on the edges of the leaf. Ooh, that's a great idea, Tammy. I love how this is looking. I'll show you here just a second. So I'm just lightly touching the edge of the leaf. And it isn't super strong or bright, but it just gives it a little, I'll show you two to compare. Can you see the difference in the two? I like this. That was a great idea. So I'm just going to get a little bit more. Again, offload. And then just lightly brush it on the edges. Now, if I accidentally got too much, or I didn't like the way it looked, the eraser in crafting, at least where paint is concerned, is you just paint over it. Thank you, Connie. You just paint over it and start over. And it's just very light. It's not anything really dark, but it just adds a little bit to that. And again, I'm just lightly brushing. The best brushes to do this with are these kind of weird they're not bristly, stringy, I guess. Honestly, it reminds me of hay. I don't know why, but as opposed to, let me show you the difference, as opposed to something like this one. Can you see the difference? Hopefully you can. Somebody may know the technical name for these brushes. I don't. I just call them chippy brushes. If somebody knows the name, put it in there. I don't. Sometimes I don't even know my name, so how can I remember names of other things? If you know what I mean. So anyway, I want to share with you a couple things coming up at Tea's Crafty Ranch. So this is something I've never done before, but I've been involved in different activities like this. I know Brenda from Be So Crafty. She just got finished with a Christmas in July kit, I think, or ornament, something. And so I am doing, I forget the name of it, Fall Fab Fun. Fall Fab Fun. So what that is going to be is, I have the dates selected in September, and we will spend 5 days of crafting, one craft each day, and it will be on Facebook. So I will send you the kits for the 5 crafts that we're doing. I do have the 5 crafts picked out, but the fun part of it is it's a surprise. So you won't know what the crafts are until we open them and craft together. I will not send paint. I will send, if it needs ribbon or jute or craft paper, I will send that, but I will not send paint, and I will not be sending glue. Crafting with the Barn Star asked, where can I watch the whole event today? So the whole event is being streamed into the Crafting Network, the Crafters Hive, and the CCC, the Crafters Creating Community. I get that wrong. I don't know. It's those 3 words in some order. But you just, if you're not a member of those, it's free to join. So you just go over and join. But it's going to be streamed on those 3 places. You can also go on my Facebook page, and there's a list. It does not give the times, but they're all listed in order as to who's crafting. So it's today and tomorrow. And up after me is Simply Monarch. So you can go over, don't forget to go over and watch her when I'm finished. Another sip of coffee, sorry. Okay, so we have all of this done. The next thing is I left my sander right here. And I'm just going to rough up these edges a little bit with my Gator sander. If you don't have a Gator sander and you are a crafter, I love my Gator sander. It just makes it a little bit easier. It's hard sometimes to get into some of the little crevices, but overall, I love my Gator sander. It saves my fingernails. Tell me in the comments if you have a Gator sander. I'm going to use my little vacuum to clean this up. And I'm just going to go over it with this. This little vacuum is battery operated, by the way. Okay. So here I've roughed up the edges a little bit, and now I'm going to, I could go use this chippy brush with some brown and go over the edges if I wanted to, but I'm not. I'm going to use some distressing oxide. Brenda, she says I have 10 of them. Brenda, she is Bees So Crafty, and she'll be crafting tomorrow morning, maybe 9 or 10. So this is just a little square. It's about 1 by 1 distressing oxide. I got this at Michael's, and I also have a bigger one, but I like the small one because I can just go around the edges. Can you see? Yep, there you go. Where it just kind of distresses it a little bit. I have some string. And I'm just getting along the edges, maybe going a little bit further in, a little, not a lot, but just kind of giving it an aged kind of look. Again, if you don't have this, you can use brown and do the same technique, or black, the same technique that I did with the paintbrush on the leaves. It is a little bit harder to get into some crevices, but and if I wanted to, I could go more in here. I am not, because we are going to lay this on here. And so if I had chosen to do the welcome, it would just go right there. Let me turn this around. So many of you have a gator sander. That's good to know. So that would just say welcome fall. But I chose not to do the welcome. Oh, let me add the letters on here real quick. Oops, fall. Okay, so I'm going to, what, I have about 20 minutes left. I'm going to, in this bottle, I have Stick Fast. Stick Fast Thick is actually what it is. And Stick Fast is similar to super glue, but I honestly don't know what the difference in the two is. I just like Stick Fast better because really it sticks fast most of the time. So I have the letters etched. I think I showed you that. The letters are etched in there to kind of help you. If you don't want that etching part, when you go to paint it, just paint the back and that's not there. If you wanted to do something different. Instead of painting the leaves, you could definitely use some scrapbook paper. That would be a possibility. I'm going to grab, these aren't the tweezers I want, but that would, you could do that. Again, I just chose to do the paint. And what I'm doing is I'm just blotting this off a little bit onto my paper, just so that the glue doesn't ooze out, because these are pretty thin. L. Are any of you ambidextrous? I am not officially ambidextrous, but I can do some things with my left hand. I'm dominant right-handed. Okay, so there we have that. Crafting, C-R-A-F-T-I-N-G. When I, crafting with the Barn Star, when I finish here and post my live, it will have those three networks or pages on there, but it is crafting. Here, I could just do it here. I can't spell. Actually, my crafting network, let me move this. Sorry about that. Let me just put these in here. The craft T Hive and the CCC. And I can't remember what the CCC stands for. Brenda, your left hand is just for decoration. Girl, what a mess. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and string these. And so this string that I'm choosing to use today is baker's twine. And I got it in my town, the Dollar Tree is now the $1.50 tree. I was so angry when I went in there the other day. $1.50. Yeah. For stuff that really isn't worth $1.50. I would pay $1.25 for some things, but I probably won't be paying $1.50. And I have no idea what Cooper is deciding to tell us about this morning. All right, anybody have one of these? Know what this is called? If you know what this is called, put it in the comments below. But it's not going to work for me this morning because my holes are too small. Community. Crafty Creators Crafty Creators Community. That's what you're telling me it is. Thank you. I get all the words in there. I just never get them in the right order. All right, so this is a brown and white baker's twine. And I probably should have done a little bit of hot glue. Let me just do some tape here real quick, since that little thing's not working. So if you are interested in come on. If you are interested in my Fall Fab Fun, which is this right here. Yes, Janet, it is baker's twine that I got at Dollar Tree. I know this is backwards. Fall Fab Fun. You can also find that. It's $60. And you get 5 crafts. And we'll craft, did I put the days? I did not put the days on there, but I have them on my calendar. So anyway, this is baker's twine that I got at the dollar. Oh yeah, I could do a needle thread. Oh, you're saying this is a needle threader. You are close, Crystal. It's not a needle threader. It is a bead threader. Yes, I do know that a lot of Family Dollars / Dollar Trees are together now because one bought the other. And I don't usually pay attention to the $3 and $5 things at Dollar Tree, just because I feel like I can get those probably cheaper somewhere else, or same price, maybe better quality. But I read on, somebody posted on Facebook that their $5 has gone up to $7. And I was like, wow, holy cow. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of center these out here the best I can, because I don't have a good eye for that kind of thing. And let me see. So that's what we have so far. And I think what I'm going to do is, all right, so I'm just going to leave that right there, and let's put our It's Fall. Anyway, I will get off of my Dollar Tree, whatever I'm saying. It's, come on, fall. I just want to make sure it all fits before I make anything permanent. And I will also tell you that this, if you're familiar with lasers and that kind of thing. Lasers are, you use an SVG. So this SVG is created by T's Crafty Ranch. So if you are interested, if you have a laser and are interested in SVGs, you can reach out to me and I can help you out with that. I do purchase a lot of SVGs, but I also make some of my own. I do not, I will sell them, but I don't have them necessarily anywhere. I do have an Etsy shop that I have put some on, but I think I might want this. No, I'm going to just put it right there. And anyway, so if this is an SVG you might be interested in purchasing, let me know and we can chat about that. So also here, hi Cultivating Keepsakes, also here at the ranch. So today's craft is a laser craft. I don't always do laser. I will show you a couple things, maybe just one, that I have behind me that is not laser that I've done. I call them traditional crafting. So these, I have 3 of these. I did use the laser for these 2 things. I cut these out on a band saw or a scroll saw, and then I cut those out. So these are not necessarily traditional, or they're more traditional than laser. This is a non-laser craft that I did. I actually did this with my ladies at church. So that one. And then I have this on my website. This is a traditional craft, no laser on it. And I'm doing a class on this at the end of the month. Oh, I just realized how bad the back of my hair looked. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, y'all. I fixed this part of it. I'm doing a class on this at the end of the month. So that is also on my website. You can look up workshops, and that's where you'll find the Fall Fab Fun and this, sunflower workshop. And then here is, this is a laser craft I did last week on Craft Fusion Tuesday, but this is a laser one. All of these are on my website that you can check out. All right, so I think what I'm going to do, let me turn this around for you. I really like how this turned out. Super cute. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to, let me grab, see if I can find a button. Now you get to see the back of my head again. Maybe I'll just use a black button. What I was thinking, let me see if I have another small one like that. There we go. I'm going to use those. So I have some leaf buttons. I don't know where I got them, but we are going to cut this edge off. What's my time? Oh, doing great on time. So I'm just snapping off the button part. Maybe. There we go. Oh, thank you, Connie. I love sunflowers. I have several other, I think, sunflower things on my website. Okay, so let me put these back. So let's just kind of see. I want this to slope down just a little. Okay, scissors. So I'm just going to cut that off right there. And sorry, I'm concentrating here. And the only reason I'm doing this is because I want to do something on the back to make it reversible. And so to see the reversible piece, you need to come watch me on Tuesday at 3:30 Central Time for Craft Fusion. All right, so here's what we have so far. And then the last thing I want to add is, of course, we need to add a bow at the top. Whoops. So I have some raffia here that is green, and I'm going to add some yellow in. This I got at Hobby Lobby. Oh, thank you, Miss Anne. This is actually a shirt that I made. It's hard to see the black. I don't know what it says. Thankful, grateful, blessed. This was a shirt that I made. So I have different colors of raffia. I think that'll just kind of help bring in that fall vibe. Anne, good morning. How are you? Hey, Anne, this is on the website if you are interested, friend. I did that just for you at your request. So I'm just kind of breaking apart these, you know how raffia comes in big old glumps. I'm going to just say one more time, if you are just joining me, I will be putting all of the people who comment, who share. If you're new and tell me that you're following, you have to tell me that you shared because I can't see who shared. All of those things, your name is going to go into the wheel of names and you will get this craft kit. Minus glue, paint, and the buttons, because those are the only two buttons I had, but I could send some raffia. All right, let's see if I can do a bow. I always struggle doing bows like this, but let's. Thank you, Anne. I appreciate it. because I always struggle getting all of it back through here. There we go. Oh, thanks, Rebecca. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thanks for letting me know. Okay. I love those multicolors in there. Just going to kind of rough this up a little bit and then grab my overfull trash can and I'm going to trim it up. Yes, the Wheel of Names. So I will put your names into the Wheel of Names and pick somebody to receive this kit. Now, what happens though is I will Facebook message you. I will also put it on, oh, I'm gonna have to cut that shorter so that maybe I'll put it, all right, let's see. I wish I had some green. I needed some green. So I was planning to put this on the stem, but it really covers up the word it. So tell me, if I put it on the stem, I'll trim it off, or I can put it right there. Stem or side? Stem or side? Tell me what you think. I have 1 minute left and then go over and watch Simply Monarch. Stem or side? Thanks, Amanda. I think I'm liking the side. Right here, Anne says yes. That's what I'm thinking. So here we go. I'm going to commit. A little bit of glue. Whoops. Holding that on. And here we go. Rayanne said side. Connie said side. Perfect. All right, all. Thanks for watching. Head over to Simply Monarch. And I hope you have a great Saturday. And I hope you enjoy watching all of the crafters today. Bye.